Hi, my name is Riley Miller, and for my Celebration of Writing project, I will be discussing what we, my composition and culture class, can learn about the effects of equine assisted therapy on mental health from my narrative, A Female Equestrian with Anxiety. The practice of equine assisted therapy has been proven over the years to be a valuable tool when dealing with the fight against mental illnesses such as anxiety, depression, and PTSD. There are many different mental health disorders that equine assisted therapy can help, but I will mainly be focusing on the three I just mentioned. A mental illness is a condition that affects your thinking, feeling, mood, and behavior. They can be occasional or long lasting and can affect your ability to relate to others and function each day. I can completely agree with that definition. When I look back at my life so far, I've been dealing with mental illnesses for a long time, mainly anxiety. Reading that definition, it's hard not to think about the countless hours I've spent stressing myself over a certain thing because of my anxiety. Anxiety, along with other mental illnesses, can completely take over your life, and they are more than common than you think. More than half of all Americans will be diagnosed with a mental disorder at some time in their life, and aside from those people, most people are never diagnosed. However, in spite of anxiety trying to take over my life, I have found a way to cope. Equine assisted therapy is a therapy that, instead of just sitting down on the couch with a therapist, engages you in activities that can help create bonds to promote your well being, as well as including a therapist to help talk you through what it is that you are struggling with. In my experience, going to a traditional therapist does not help. When I am at the therapist, I think about nothing but why I am there, and I get anxious and incredibly uncomfortable. Although I have never been to a professional equine therapist, I can understand how it would help people with these mental disorders. Equine assisted therapy takes your mind off of being at therapy, and instead of just sitting on a couch talking about what you are feeling, you are bonding with your horse and engaging in physical activity, which, in my opinion, is way more effective. I have, however, been living on a farm since I was born, and I have always had my own horse, and some days when I am feeling anxious, I would just go down to the barn and simply sit with my horse. Equine assisted therapy helps patients with anxiety overcome the fear and stress that come with the disorder and helps them to feel more empowered. Anxiety is a feeling of fear, dread, and uneasiness. For Sally states, horses offer an opportunity to overcome fear and increase empowerment using creative metaphors. So, by overcoming that fear, the patients are in turn overcoming their anxiety. As I stated before, anxiety is what I struggle with the most. Whether it be from the stress of college or just anxiety about random things that I get worried about, I find myself spending hours working myself up over things often. Yes, there are other options to relieve anxiety, such as meditation, but I find that I am most stress free when I am at the barn. Going to a barn for me is like getting a break from the outside world. Sometimes I would just go sit with my horse and think. Riding also helps me though. Being on a horse, you have to focus only on what you are doing, which makes me and other people forget about what it is they had the anxiety about. Also, being with horses and the bonds that are formed in general promotes a person's well being and happiness. I find myself in a much better mood after I leave the barn than when I first arrived. Depression is more than just feeling sad. It is a disorder of the brain. Like I stated with anxiety, bonding with an animal in general is a major boost to a person's well being and promotes happiness, greatly improving mental disorders such as depression. Trotter said in her book, the role of animal human interactions has been postulated to promote wellness and prevent illness, similar to maintaining a healthy diet and exercising to promote overall general well being. She is saying that interacting with animals promotes overall well being and actually prevents us from illness. Aubrey Fine said, unlike other areas of practice or research, the starting point for AAI, or animal assisted intervention, has come from the common beliefs in society that pets are good for us. 84 million households in the United States have pets, and the majority of these pet owners subjectively report that their pets facilitate improved mental and physical health. In my house, we actually have many pets, and I can honestly say that without them in our house, we would not be as happy. However, just sitting with a pet would not work for everyone with depression. I believe that equine assisted therapy works for patients with depression because it is giving them something to do. Equine assisted therapy helps patients work out their feelings through bonding with their horse rather than just speaking directly to someone, which isn't always the best option for them. Instead of just laying in a bed or sleeping, they are getting out of the house, doing physical activities, and creating bonds that will definitely boost their happiness and promote better mental health. Equine assisted therapy helps people not only overcome their mental disorders like PTSD, but it also helps them become more emotionally aware, develop social skills, and boost their confidence that had previously been destroyed by this disorder. Post-traumatic stress disorder is a mental health condition that is triggered by a terrifying event. Equine-assisted therapy gives patients the opportunity to work out their problems themselves, which promotes responsibility. Trotter says these activities assist clients in finding their own solutions as to how to best cope and address the various therapeutic issues that they face in their daily lives. Thus, they are empowered to persevere through adversity, first in the safe therapeutic environment, and then to apply their new life skills to the real world. Another problem that PTSD patients face is getting back into the real world. Because of the stress and the fear that comes with this disorder, it is hard for them to have a job or friends. For Shally states, one of the keys, therefore, to career maturity is helping them develop accurate beliefs about self-capability so that life career development tasks are mastered. Equine-assisted therapy helps PTSD patients become more responsible and develop the skills, such as social skills and self-efficiency, needed to get back to their real life. There are more than 850 Professional Association of Therapeutic Horsemanship International member centers in the United States and around the world providing equine-assisted activities and therapies. The therapy team at an equine-assisted therapy facility consists of the patient, horse, therapist, horse handler, and 2 trained sidewalkers whose primary job is to maintain contact with the patient at all times to ensure their safety on the horse. This team works together to help treat the patient. Equine-assisted therapy facilities treat more disorders than just mental health disorders such as sight loss, stroke, assumption, and autism. In my opinion, equine-assisted therapy is a new and more effective way to treat mental health disorders. I think that more people should start using this type of therapy. Thank you.